Today's episode is brought to you by Share, Inform, Enlighten, which empowers individuals and communities through diverse perspectives, literacy promotion, and essential resources. From thought-provoking discussions to life-changing workshops and scholarships, we inspire growth, creativity, and connection. Join us in making a difference, one story, one skill, one step at a time. To learn more, visit our website at shareinformenlighten.org. Welcome to Conversations with Verdel Jones. We are about turning your passion into purpose, turning your passion into action, living with intention, and making an impact. I'm your host, Verdel Jones, and I'm thrilled that you have joined us. Let's get started. I am so excited. Today's guest is Katonya Trent. And after a traumatic birth experience, she was inspired to become not only an author, but she is also the founder of Connected Through 22. Katonya is on a mission to educate the world about the challenges that could arise from having a preterm birth. So welcome, Katonya.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, it's a pleasure. I think this topic is so important to share with others. As we were talking a little bit before we got started, a lot of this information is sometimes missed on us, and we're not aware of it. So I'm so happy that you're here today to share a little bit about your journey and to help others, because that's what it's about, giving the information, right? So as a premature birth advocate, you're passionate about raising this awareness, as I was stating about this issue. Can you share your personal journey and how it led you to this mission?
Absolutely. At 22 weeks, I gave birth at home alone, and I delivered my son unexpectedly. For the beginning of the journey, it was very traumatic and such a roller coaster. I didn't know at the time that I was having contractions the morning of, but I was.
And this was your first child?
Yes,
okay.
Correct. Mm-hmm. I reached out to my doctor to let her know that there was some things transpiring that I was unaware of. My body was providing me with symptoms, and I started to feel as though I was having a menstrual cycle, cramping, and I felt different when I woke up that morning. So when I did reach out to her, I did let her know that, and I was told that, you know, we just had a routine scheduled exam 4 days prior to. Everything was great.
Just was that when, because I know at some points you have internal exams. Were you at that point yet, or was it just a regular checkup?
A regular checkup, ultrasound.
Ultrasound also?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes, ultrasound checkup. And again, like I said, I told her what was transpiring, what I was experiencing, and it seemed as though she was just going down a checklist. She asked me standardized questions, I would say, not pertaining to my particular experience at the moment. And she told me, I remember at the end of the call, to rest, stay hydrated, just probably Braxton Hicks. I wouldn't want you to drive all the way to the hospital for nothing, and I'll call back to check on you.
Oh my goodness. So probably when she called back to check on you, you had already had your son?
Yeah, it was too late.
It was too late.
It was too late.
Goodness. So you delivered what's your son's name?
Kareem.
Kareem. So you delivered Kareem at home.
Yes.
What was that experience like?
It was actually an out-of-body experience. I felt nothing. I didn't feel nervous or afraid. But I knew throughout the time that something was going on with my body. I can feel a ton of pressure building up in my body. And I did reach out to a few family members to let them know like something was going on, but I wasn't sure.
Oh, boy.
And my water broke, so I lied down on the couch in the bedroom, and immediately I dialed 911. And at that time, I can see myself kind of lying on the couch having this out-of-body experience. And as I'm talking to the operator, I glanced down to see my son had arrived. He was so small that I didn't need to push or do anything, and he was halfway out. So the 911 operator did instruct me to pull him all the way out to get any fluid that was in his eyes and his mouth out. He was not breathing. It was, at that time, I felt like I was being protected by my guardian angels and God, because I could not see a clear vision of my son. It was just a blur that I saw at that time.
I have chills. I have chills. I couldn't even imagine. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. And your son is 7 now.
Yes.
So through this experience, through the trauma, because that is a very traumatic experience for sure, you wrote a book, and it's a deeply personal book. It's called 22 and 6, Born on 11/26.
Yes.
What inspired the title, and what message do you hope readers will get when they pick up this book and read it?
Well, what inspired the title is, of course, 22 weeks. He was 22 weeks and 6 days pregnant. I was 22 weeks and 6 days pregnant, and 11/26 is the date of his birth. Mm-hmm. And before I was able to kind of lock in with the title, I kept writing different things down, and that stuck out to me. Also, the number 22 is very significant in my life in regards to family, friends, and my own personal journey. So I just thought it was a good fit. It was catchy, and it's so significant in different ways.
Right. And what do you hope people get out of reading your book? How does it? I know you want to help people understand this experience. So what can people expect when they read your book?
For one, get a box of tissue. It takes you on a roller coaster journey of emotions. Mm-hmm. It does, and it allows people to see the different experiences that women and families go through when having a unexpected birth. It gives you tools and different guidelines of how to navigate these difficult situations that we are not prepared for.
Right.
And it also gives you a sense of hope, encouragement, and I hope to empower others to share not only their stories and their journeys, but just share their life experiences with their family and friends.
Right, it's very helpful. So he was in the NICU for months after this happened, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So out of this, you not only authored a book, penned a book, but you also started an organization called Connected Through 22. So tell us a little bit about that and work that you do with Connected Through 22.
Absolutely. Connected Through 22 is a safe space for families who have had a premature baby, where we can connect through stories and resources while uplifting and supporting one another. And through Connected Through 22, I do give back to families in the NICU on a quarterly basis, provide them with essential items, items you will receive at a baby shower. And that all came about because when you're fighting for not only your son's life, but your own life during a traumatic birth experience, you don't want to be celebrated. So I want to be able to lift the burden off of a family and also let moms and families know that they're being seen and they're being heard, and not only do I sympathize, but I empathize with them.
Wow, and what has been the response? I mean, giving, and when I read that you give gifts that they would get at the baby shower, I don't know why I was confused by that, but now that I'm thinking, the baby came early, so there was no time for any of that. So what has been the response from individuals that you've connected with and supported and helped in that way?
It's been actually pretty amazing. The response I'm getting and constantly receiving is just, it is blowing my mind, because families are connecting in the ways that I would hope. They feel seen, they feel heard, they feel appreciated, they feel celebrated. And I think that is what's missing, because again, when you're experiencing a traumatic birth, you don't want to be celebrated. For me, I was fighting for my son's life every single day. And for the first 3 months of his life, I didn't know if he would survive or not. So a baby shower was not on my radar.
No, not at all.
Not at all.
Not at all. But yet and still, families do need those things that they would normally get at a baby shower. So I love that. So you also do lives, IG lives, hosted on Preterm births. What motivated you to use a social media platform for this advocacy, and how has that been coming along? I had the opportunity and the pleasure to, tune into one of them, and it was just it's a community basically of women who may have experienced that or know women that probably have experienced that. So what made you do that?
What made me do it was, again, I wanted to provide families with some type of platform where they feel safe. Also where they don't feel alone. Too often we go through these traumatic experiences and we don't share within our communities. And we tend to isolate ourselves because we think we're the only ones going through it. And there is every 1 in 10 babies are born preterm.
1 in 10 babies born preterm.
Yep.
Wow.
1 in 10. So I wanted to create a platform where families could come on, and if you are sitting in the NICU with your child at that time, and in the room where there's no windows, and you feel so isolated from the world and from your own self, where you can plug in and listen to another family story and journey and get some hope and strength through that.
I love that. I love that. That's great work, and it's something that you don't really think about. Individuals don't really think about that, especially unless they've been through it.
Correct.
Absolutely. So looking ahead, what are your hopes for the future of Connected Through 22, and how can people connect with you to support your mission? And we also have a special giveaway for your book as well. So let's talk about what's next for Connected Through 22.
Absolutely. My hopes for Connected Through 22 is to be able to connect with other facilities throughout Long Island and even branch out eventually and be able to support NICUs all over the world. And even do a baby shower in the sense of have the families come out and be celebrated in a venue and be able to receive, have food, have dinner or lunch, and be able to receive big ticket items such as car seats, strollers, those type of items, and connect with other organizations and people who are not only looking to collaborate, but looking to help out as well.
Yeah, and I think it's giving the families the permission to celebrate without feeling a little guilty about it, because you do have a new life.
Absolutely, yeah.
And it should be celebrated.
Absolutely.
So we have a giveaway, a book giveaway. So Katonya will be giving away one of her books, 22 and 6, born on 11/26. So you can follow our social media channels to find out how you can get a copy of her book. And please let everyone know how they can get in touch with you or stay connected, find out what's going on.
Absolutely. You can follow me on Instagram or Facebook under Connected Through 22, and that's KONNECTEDTHRU and the number 22.
Okay. And how can people help with your mission? Do you take donations or anything like that as well? Let people know that.
Absolutely, I do. Yes, we do accept monetary donations. And also there is an ongoing wish list, Amazon wish list. You can email me as well at Katonya@connectedthrough22.com.
All right. Thank you so much, Katonya, for sharing your journey and your experience. I'm sure that must be difficult, so I really do appreciate you spending time with us to share. Thank you. Thank you so much for tuning in to Conversations with Verdel Jones, empowering your passion with purpose. I hope today's conversation left you inspired, informed, and ready to take action. If today's episode sparked something in you, don't keep it to yourself. Share it, pass it on, and keep the cycle of learning and growing alive. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, and follow us on social media so you will never miss an episode. And remember, in the words of Maya Angelou, when you learn, teach, and when you get, give. Until next time, stay inspired, stay purposeful, and keep turning your passion into a reality. See you next time.